Inside your chest right now is an engine that will beat roughly 100,000 times by the time you go to sleep tonight. It is an organ of pure mechanical output, designed to thrive under constant physical demand. But our modern environment has placed this system into chronic dormancy. Years of seated labor allow our blood vessels to stiffen, plaque to build up along arterial walls, and visceral fat to gather deep inside our abdomen. Most of us try to counter this by stepping on a treadmill with one goal in mind: burning calories to lose weight. This narrow focus on the scale ignores a far more powerful reality. Moving your body functions as a targeted physiological medication, one that triggers internal changes that actively alter the chemistry and mechanics of your cardiovascular system. Reversing heart disease isn't about generic fitness. It's about using 5 specific exercises to trigger 5 biological upgrades, rewiring the body's internal network from the inside out. The first upgrade begins with exercise snacking, integrating frequent, short bursts of movement throughout your normal day. Even 10 minutes spent climbing stairs or doing household chores creates a vital physical baseline. It prevents blood from pooling in the legs and begins to lower systemic inflammation. The second upgrade is triggered by exercise 2, brisk walking or steady-state cardio. Sustained aerobic movement spurs the production of nitric oxide. This molecule tells blood vessels to relax, allowing stiff arteries to expand in diameter. This widening allows the body's tiny capillaries to deliver more oxygen to your muscles and efficiently carry away metabolic waste. These first 2 exercises act as biological pipe cleaners, mechanically expanding the cardiovascular network to help treat and lower high blood pressure. Exercise 3 is resistance training, whether through weightlifting or bodyweight exercises. This intensity is required to burn through visceral fat, the type that accumulates around your internal organs. When you put muscle tissue under stress, it churns out a protein called GLUT4. This protein makes your cells highly sensitive to insulin, allowing them to absorb glucose more effectively. It essentially builds a biological shield against type 2 diabetes. Exercise 4 involves vigorous aerobic training, like swimming or cycling, which pushes the heart toward its maximum capacity. This high-intensity output forces a structural change. Over time, the heart's chambers increase in size, pumping more efficiently. Because a larger chamber pushes more blood with each beat, your resting heart rate drops safely. The heart does more work with less effort. By combining strength work with vigorous cardio, you remodel the body's engine, turning your muscles into active metabolic furnaces and your heart into a high-capacity pump. The health of the heart is also tied to the state of the mind. Chronic anxiety and depression act as physical stressors that spike the risk of heart attacks and strokes. This is the role of exercise 5, mind-body movements like yoga or Pilates. These exercises release a protein called BDNF into the bloodstream. This protein dampens the fight or flight response, signaling to your body that it is safe to downshift out of a state of high stress. Halting this stress-induced damage shows that maintaining a resilient heart depends on a regulated brain. To trigger these upgrades, the American Heart Association recommends a baseline of 150 minutes of moderate aerobic activity and 2 days of strength training per week. Most of these changes, the rising nitric oxide, the multiplying GLUT4 proteins, happen out of sight. Dr. Aaron Bagish at Massachusetts General Hospital notes that the real biological evidence is often invisible to the naked eye. Bagish points out that while structural remodeling takes time, the shift in mood and thinking ability can be felt after a single session, early evidence of a system beginning to better manage its own internal environment. Protecting your heart does not require Olympic-level athleticism. It simply requires picking one of these 5 exercises, starting small, and letting your own biology perform the rewiring.